The Stoic Man's Guide to Winning Any Woman's Heart. Forget everything you think you know about attracting women. The truth isn't about looks, money, or cheesy pickup lines. It's about something far more powerful, something almost all men are missing. If you want to effortlessly draw any woman to you, you must first master yourself. Stay tuned because I'm about to reveal the ancient secret that will make her chase you. Hello, driven gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that most men struggle with but few truly understand: how to genuinely attract and connect with women. This isn't your typical dating advice. We're going deeper, exploring a timeless philosophy that will transform not just your dating life, but every aspect of your existence. If you're tired of feeling overlooked, frustrated, or simply confused by women, you're in the right place. Before we unlock these profound insights, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share it with a friend who needs to hear this. Let's get started. Let me tell you something nobody else will. It's not about being good-looking, rich, or even exceptionally smart. If you truly want any woman to fall for you, you have to master yourself first. And here's the brutal truth: most men are failing at this. Forget everything you've been told about dating. It's not about expensive gifts, meticulously planned dates, or trying to emulate the perfect guy you see in magazines or on social media. What truly pulls women in is your emotional strength, your unwavering ability to stay calm, centered, and completely unshakable, no matter the circumstance. Believe me, if you don't grasp this fundamental principle, no amount of clever pickup lines or superficial confidence tips will ever truly help you. In fact, they'll probably hurt your chances, making you seem inauthentic and desperate. If you've ever felt ignored, rejected, or consistently overlooked by women, it's because they instinctively sense something you're missing. You lack self-control. Your emotions dictate your reactions. Your confidence wavers with every minor setback, and you project an air of instability. And that, my friends, is precisely why they're walking away. But here's the genuinely good news. By consciously mastering a few simple, yet profoundly powerful Stoic principles, you'll begin to make her want you without even consciously trying. This isn't just another fleeting dating tip video that offers superficial fixes. This is the secret foundational strategy to unlock her heart, not through manipulation, but through genuine self-improvement. And it all starts with you, not her, not what she wants, but you, mastering your mind, your emotions, and how you project yourself into the world. Are you ready to finally win at this game? Let's dive in. Here's the stark reality. Most men have been fed a constant stream of lies about what genuinely makes women attracted to them. Society, media, and even well-meaning friends tell you to chase women relentlessly, to shower them with extravagant gifts, offer endless compliments, or even worse, to act like someone you fundamentally are not. And then, you stand there, utterly bewildered, wondering why she's suddenly not interested, why she's ghosting you after what seemed like a great connection, or why things just consistently fail to work out. Let me be brutally, painfully honest. You're doing it all wrong. You've been led to believe that dating is some sort of elaborate game where your primary objective is to win her attention, her affection, her approval. But here's the absolute truth that will set you free. The more you desperately try to win her, the more you inevitably lose yourself in the process. And she can feel it. Women possess an uncanny, intuitive ability to sense when you're putting on an act, when you're not genuinely being yourself. The more frantically you try to impress her, the more she subconsciously distances herself. It's time, gentlemen, to stop chasing and to start attracting. And the only truly effective way to attract her, authentically and lastingly, is by mastering yourself. Let me ask you a penetrating question. When was the last time you felt completely, utterly in control of your emotions, your thoughts, your words, and your actions? If you're like the vast majority of men, you're probably reacting to everything around you. Her subtle moods, her casual words, her unconscious tests of your character. You're like a leaf tossed by the wind, at the mercy of external forces. But what if I told you that mastering your inner world, becoming truly emotionally unshakable, is the deepest secret to not just initially getting her attention, but powerfully keeping it for the long term? This isn't a fleeting gimmick, a trendy self-help hack. It's a profound philosophy that has withstood the test of thousands of years of human experience: Stoicism. Now, you might be genuinely wondering what an ancient Greek and Roman philosophy has to do with the intricate, often frustrating world of modern dating, right? My answer: everything. Stoicism isn't about suppressing your emotions, bottling them up, or attempting to become an emotionless robot. Quite the contrary. It's about intelligently mastering your emotions, understanding them, and choosing how you respond to them. When you learn to stop instinctively reacting to every little thing, when you can maintain a state of calm and centeredness no matter what chaotic external events are unfolding around you, that's precisely when she truly starts noticing you. She won't notice the guy who's constantly flashy, desperately trying to make her laugh with forced jokes, or always striving to be the center of attention. Instead, she'll be drawn to the man who is profoundly grounded, who deeply knows who he is, and who fundamentally doesn't need her validation or approval to feel complete. Imagine walking into any social situation, whether it's a nerve-wracking first date, a casual group gathering, or navigating a serious relationship conversation, with the kind of calm, quiet confidence that makes her feel genuinely safe and at ease in your presence. Picture this vivid scenario. While other men are nervously fumbling their words, desperately trying to impress her with rehearsed jokes or showing off their perceived accomplishments, you are there. You are relaxed, genuinely present, not actively seeking her approval, but simply being. That, gentlemen, is authentic power. That is what will make you profoundly stand out in her mind, differentiating you from the endless parade of other men. Here's a monumental truth that almost no one wants to talk about. Women don't inherently want to be chased. They want to be drawn in, compelled by something deeper within you. The very moment you stop chasing her, stop desperately trying to prove your worth, is the exact moment she starts to feel something distinctly different. She becomes intrigued. She becomes genuinely curious about you. And most importantly, she starts wanting you. Why? Because you're subtly, powerfully showing her what 99% of other men simply cannot: true self-control, inner peace, and profound emotional mastery. Stoicism, in this context, is the secret weapon you never knew you needed in your arsenal. It's not about manipulation, shallow tactics, or playing mind games. It's about intelligently becoming the kind of man who naturally attracts. Not merely through what you superficially say or do, but because of the deeply attractive quality of who you inherently are. When you truly master this, everything in your life begins to change in profound ways. You'll stop incessantly overthinking your next move, stop futilely trying to impress, and start simply being the magnetic man who she eventually chases. And guess what? It's not an impossibly difficult journey. Once you internalize and understand these fundamental Stoic principles and learn how to consistently apply them to your daily life, not only will your dating life undergo a radical transformation, but every other aspect of your existence will improve too. Your relationships, your career, your entire way of perceiving the world, it all gets undeniably better. So if you're genuinely ready to learn how to become the kind of man who effortlessly commands attention without ever needing to explicitly ask for it, then let's get started right now. Words that connect deeply. Now that you profoundly understand the sheer power of Stoicism as a foundational philosophy, let's shift our focus and talk about one of the most consistently misunderstood aspects of genuine attraction: your words. Most men mistakenly believe they need to conjure up an arsenal of clever lines, witty comebacks, or engaging anecdotes to capture a woman's attention. But I'm telling you unequivocally right now, that's dead wrong. It's not about being merely clever or constantly funny. It's about intelligently saying the right things at the right time, in a way that truly connects on a much deeper, more emotional, and more authentic level. Let me break it down for you with actionable advice. Women, in their daily lives, hear superficial compliments all the time. Phrases like, "You're beautiful," or "You're so hot," or "Nice dress," are so common that they barely even register for her anymore. She's heard them a million times. She's become almost entirely immune to their impact because they lack originality and depth. But you know what she very rarely hears? Real compliments. Compliments that are genuinely about who she is as a unique individual, not merely about how she physically looks. This is your competitive advantage. Step 1. Start using her name in conversation. This might sound deceptively simple, almost too basic, but trust me, it's one of the most profoundly powerful things you can incorporate into your interactions. When you intentionally and respectfully say her name during a conversation, it triggers something deep, almost primal in her mind. It makes her feel instantly recognized, uniquely important, and truly seen as an individual. It's a subtle yet incredibly effective way to create intimacy and connection. However, a crucial caveat: do not overdo it. You absolutely don't want to clumsily throw her name into every single sentence. That will immediately feel forced, unnatural, and even a little creepy. Instead, use it strategically. Drop her name in at key, impactful moments, such as when you're offering her a genuine, heartfelt compliment, or when you're asking her a meaningful question. When done correctly, it will make her feel like she is the only person in the entire room. And that is a truly powerful feeling. Step 2. Compliment her in ways that no one else does. Most guys, out of habit or lack of imagination, will instinctively focus on physical appearance when complimenting a woman, because it's the easiest, most obvious route. But if you genuinely want to stand out from the crowd of average men, if you want to create a memorable impression, then compliment her mind, her keen intelligence, her unique character, or her captivating spirit. This demonstrates a level of observation and appreciation that is incredibly rare and highly valued. For instance, if she's passionately telling you a story about a hobby she loves, a social cause she's devoted to, or a complex idea she's been pondering, don't just passively nod and offer a generic smile. Instead, actively show her that you are truly listening, engaged, and absorbing her words. Say something profound like, "I absolutely love how passionate you are about this topic." It's incredibly rare and refreshing to meet someone who thinks so deeply about things that truly matter. This kind of compliment isn't just superficially flattering. It makes her feel profoundly seen and understood for who she is beneath the surface. And that, my friend, is what she is truly searching for. Here's the fundamental truth. Women inherently want to feel special, and not in a shallow, superficial, pretty face way that merely acknowledges their external attractiveness. They want to know, unequivocally, that you see them for their authentic selves, beyond their physical appearance or the roles they play. Most men consistently fail at this. They're too preoccupied trying to impress her with their own endless stream of jokes, or they're too busy showing off with exaggerated stories about themselves. But you're different. You're showing her through your words that you truly see her in a way that others simply don't have the capacity or inclination to. Step 3. Practice authentic gratitude. This is a powerful, yet often tragically overlooked aspect of building deep connection, but it is incredibly impactful. Women are keenly observant, and they notice when you genuinely appreciate the small, thoughtful things they do, the efforts they make, and the kindness they extend. If she does something, no matter how minor, that is thoughtful or helpful for you, do not simply brush it off with a casual wave or a dismissive grunt. Actively acknowledge it. A simple, heartfelt, "Thank you for doing that, I really appreciate it," can go an astonishingly long way. But here's the key. Don't just robotically say the words, truly mean them. When you express genuine gratitude with sincerity in your voice and eyes, it makes her feel deeply valued, respected, and cherished. And in a world where the vast majority of men unconsciously take women for granted, That, gentlemen, is an absolute game changer. It sets you apart as a man of character and genuine appreciation. Now, let me address a common pitfall that plagues most men: stop over-apologizing. I witness this debilitating mistake all the time. Guys are constantly reflexively apologizing for things they haven't even done wrong, purely to avoid potential conflict, diffuse tension, or simply to keep the peace. Let me tell you something critical. Apologizing excessively makes you appear weak, insecure, and lacking in conviction. Women instinctively respect men who own their actions, who stand by what they say, and who possess an inner strength. So yes, apologize sincerely when it is genuinely necessary, when you have made an actual mistake or caused harm. But never, ever apologize for simply being who you are as an authentic man. This distinction is crucial for projecting strength and self-respect. Actions, grounded in Stoicism. Words, as we've discussed, are incredibly important, but they are only one half of the equation for true attraction. Your actions matter even more, often speaking louder and with more conviction than any words ever could. You can utter all the right things, you can craft the most eloquent compliments, but if your actions don't consistently match up with your words, it's game over. You will be perceived as inauthentic, and trust will erode. That, precisely, is where the profound wisdom of Stoicism comes in. Stoic philosophy teaches us that your actions should always be deliberate, firmly grounded, and rooted in a deep, calm, inner confidence that is unshakable. Let me show you precisely how this timeless philosophy translates into tangible, powerful actions in the real world of dating and relationships. Action 1. Master your body language. This might sound like a basic, almost rudimentary piece of advice, but it is precisely where the vast majority of men fundamentally go wrong. Your body is a constant non-verbal communicator, sending out an endless stream of signals, whether you consciously realize it or not. When you are fidgeting nervously, constantly shifting your weight from foot to foot, avoiding direct eye contact, or hunching your shoulders, you are subconsciously telling her that you are nervous, insecure, and profoundly unsure of yourself. And here's the cold, hard truth. If you are not confident in yourself, why on earth should she be? So, the absolutely first critical step is to consciously calm your body. Stand tall with a relaxed posture, plant your feet firmly on the ground, and consciously relax your shoulders, letting go of any tension. You want to subtly exude calm confidence, not nervous tension or anxiety. Eye contact is another monumental aspect. A lot of guys either completely avoid eye contact because they are nervous or shy, or they overdo it, staring intensely and coming off as genuinely creepy. The Stoic way, the masterful way, is to strike a perfect balance. Hold her gaze for a few comfortable seconds at a time, long enough to unequivocally show that you are fully present, engaged, and interested, but not so long that it becomes awkward or uncomfortable for her. When you master this delicate balance, it immediately creates a powerful, intimate connection. Action 2. Move with purpose and intention. Think back to the last time you walked into a room, any room. Did you rush in, head down, nervously scanning the room as if searching for an escape route or an unfamiliar threat? If so, you are not alone. Most men do this unconsciously without even realizing the message they are sending. But here's the profound truth. When you move quickly, erratically, or without clear intention, you are subtly sending a message that you are unsure of yourself, reactive, and lacking inner control. A truly stoic man moves slowly, deliberately, with a profound sense of purpose. Every single step he takes is grounded, confident, and intentional. He is completely in control of his own space, his own energy, and his own movements. He doesn't need to rush because he is inherently confident that wherever he is going, he rightfully belongs there, and he is comfortable in his own skin. Women are incredibly perceptive to this. They instinctively notice the subtle way you move, the way you carry yourself, the energy you project. When you move with clear purpose and calm intention, It powerfully communicates strength, self-assurance, and unwavering inner conviction. You become the man who isn't easily rattled or swayed by the external environment around him. And that, gentleman, is incredibly attractive, a rare commodity in today's frenetic world. Action 3. Small gestures, big impact. Dispel immediately the misguided notion that you need to make grand, extravagant, romantic gestures to win her over. The truth, in its simple elegance, is that it's the consistent little things that matter the most, the subtle acts of thoughtfulness that demonstrate genuine care and attention. And I'm not talking about generic flowers or impersonal chocolates. I'm talking about authentically showing her that you are truly paying deep, consistent attention to her. Perhaps she casually mentioned her favorite author a few weeks ago during a conversation. Surprise her, genuinely, with a new book by that very author, or even a thoughtful note referencing it. Or perhaps she confided in you about a personal challenge she's currently facing at work or in her life. Follow up with her about it a few days later, asking how she's doing or if she found a solution. These seemingly small, often overlooked gestures show, unequivocally, that you are genuinely engaged, that you actively listen to her, and that you care about her on a much deeper, more personal level. This builds trust, connection, and a sense of being truly cherished. Stop trying to be the entertainer. A lot of guys fall into the trap of believing they constantly need to keep women entertained with a relentless stream of jokes, witty banter, and captivating stories. They feel the pressure to perform, to be the life of the party. But here's the profound secret that most men miss. Women don't inherently want a clown or a performing seal. They want a man who genuinely listens, who can be present, and who offers a sense of calm and understanding. So instead of perpetually trying to be the most boisterous or the funniest guy in the room, actively choose to be the man who is fully present, who listens far more than he speaks, and who offers thoughtful, considered responses rather than instant, superficial reactions. Trust me, that quality is exponentially more attractive, more compelling, and more memorable than simply being the funny guy who never truly connects. Applying Stoicism in modern relationships. Let's now talk about how to gracefully handle situations when things inevitably don't go your way, because, let's be honest, life and relationships are rarely a perfectly smooth ride. Maybe a date isn't unfolding as smoothly as you had optimistically hoped, or perhaps she suddenly starts pulling away, and you're genuinely unsure why her behavior has shifted. Most men would immediately panic in these emotionally charged situations, their anxiety spiraling. But you, my friend, are a Stoic. You do not allow external circumstances, however challenging, to dictate or control your inner peace and emotional equilibrium. Scenario 1. The date isn't going as planned. Perhaps the conversation feels awkward, stalling at various points. Or maybe the restaurant inexplicably messed up your order, leading to a frustrating delay. A lot of guys would immediately try to frantically fix everything, to smooth over every perceived imperfection, to desperately try and make the night perfect for her. They become reactive and visibly stressed. But a Stoic man, he doesn't need everything to be perfectly flawless. He understands that external events are largely beyond his control. He simply remains calm, relaxed, and profoundly unbothered by these minor, external inconveniences. He instinctively knows that the true measure of a man isn't about the specific situation itself, but about how he chooses to handle it internally and externally. And when she observes that you are not easily rattled by the small, irritating stuff of life, she will feel infinitely more comfortable, at ease, and fundamentally secure in your presence. This quiet resilience is a powerful attractant. Scenario 2. She starts pulling away. This is an emotionally tough one for many men, and it's precisely where most guys make critical, relationship-damaging mistakes. When a woman begins to subtly or overtly pull away, the typical male response is to immediately go into a frantic panic mode. They start texting more frequently, calling more persistently, desperately trying to figure out what went wrong and close the perceived distance. But here's the counterintuitive truth. That desperate chasing behavior is exactly what pushes her further away, confirming her unconscious reasons for creating space. A Stoic man deeply understands that he cannot control her actions, her feelings, or her decisions. He can only control his own intelligent response. So, instead of desperately chasing after her, he consciously takes a strategic step back. He calmly gives her the necessary space she needs, without bitterness or resentment. And in that crucial space, she begins to realize something profound about you. You are genuinely not like other guys. You are not desperate for her attention, validation, or presence. And that, paradoxically, is often when she naturally starts to come back, drawn by your self-possession. Now, this might sound completely counterintuitive to everything you've been taught about dating, but it unequivocally works. Women are naturally drawn to men who possess a deep sense of self-sufficiency, men who don't need them to complete their lives. When you powerfully demonstrate that you are not afraid to potentially lose her, that you are fundamentally secure and complete within yourself no matter what the outcome, it fundamentally changes the entire dynamic of the interaction. Suddenly, she's the one who is intrigued, the one who is initiating, the one who is subtly chasing you. Be true to yourself. At the end of this profound journey, none of this advice, none of these Stoic principles will truly matter if you are not, at your absolute core, authentically true to yourself. You've heard this cliché countless times before, but let me break it down in a way that truly makes profound sense. Being genuinely true to yourself does not mean being lazy, complacent, or refusing to actively grow and improve as a man. It absolutely does not mean stubbornly refusing to learn or evolve. What it profoundly means is embracing who you genuinely are, with all your inherent flaws and unique strengths, and consistently showing up as that authentic person in every single situation, interaction, and relationship. Stop tirelessly trying to be the idealized guy you think she wants you to be, the manufactured persona. Instead, consciously and relentlessly strive to be the absolute best, most authentic version of you. And then, trust with unwavering faith that the right woman, the woman truly meant for you, will be naturally, powerfully drawn to that genuine, remarkable individual. When you successfully master yourself, your emotions, your thoughts, your reactions, your self-talk, you automatically stop chasing women. You stop desperately trying to win their approval or validate your own worth through their attention. Instead, your focus naturally shifts. You begin to concentrate intently on living your life with profound purpose, with unwavering intention, and with an unshakable inner strength. And when you commit to doing that, something truly amazing, almost magical, begins to happen. Women start chasing you, not because of what superficially say, not because of what you strategically do, but because of the deeply attractive, authentic man who you inherently are. So here's the undeniable final takeaway. Stop chasing women. Stop desperately trying to impress them. Stop playing the superficial dating game. Instead, become the kind of extraordinary man who naturally attracts everything he genuinely desires by mastering himself first. Be the calm in the storm, the unshakable rock that everyone else unconsciously leans on, and watch with awe as your entire life, your relationships, your career, your personal fulfillment, everything begins to fundamentally transform for the better. You now possess the powerful keys to truly unlock her heart, not through cheap tricks or cheesy lines, but through genuine self-mastery. Take what you've learned today, apply it diligently and consistently to your life, and watch in amazement how everything begins to change. If you're ready to take this self-mastery journey even further and continue building the kind of life and relationships you truly deserve, subscribe to this channel right now, and let's keep growing together. Until next time, stay strong, stay authentic, and stay stoic.